Welcome back to Star Wars DND, Session 75. The dark side of the Force closes in as the players have finished off the assassins at last. Kin has fallen, Melis has fled, and the Upriser is missing in action. Now, our team awaits at Mon Cala, hoping to hear from survivors of the Genesis attack. Hey, what's up? You might notice that there's not as many people here with us today. Mike is still gone for approximately a week, and we heard from Kiri about 2 minutes ago, like 2 minutes before I hit the go live button, that he is sick and not able to make it. So, yeah. You did hear that, right, Orpheus? Not being muted. You said I'm muted, but I don't think I am muted. That's me. Don't you do that to me, Trav? My audio says my audio levels are going up, so I should be good. If it's an issue, I think it's okay. There we go. Let me reset this back to neutral. Something I forgot to do. There we go. So, yep. Just going to be the two of us, the three of us, the two of you here for this session. You are currently in the ship. I'm going to say you've already arrived at Mon Cala.
Oh, if that was the case, I would have been meditating on the way. If it's not too late for that. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. So, just put my health back in full.
So, still the same day?
Yeah.
Okay. I will also be meditating. Not because Midas just said something. So I will heal myself.
Yep, you too. Oh. So that time will have passed. You've arrived at Mon Cala. You're back to full health.
So which one of us saw that Ken was dead? It was Putumayo, wasn't it?
I believe it was Putumayo.
And then he told everybody?
No, it wasn't me.
Was it Voxa?
I believe it was Voxa, yeah.
Voxa and then he told check. So yeah, okay, I guess it was Voxa.
And then he did tell everybody, I believe.
Yes.
So I guess we'll get off the ship and hopefully some people will show up that made it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
This is giving me some time to meditate some more about.
But before we go,
the decisions we had to make.
Now that we're back on, are we like on the planet or are we in the air or like in orbit?
You have landed. You were just waiting inside the ship right now.
Now that we've landed, give me just give me a second. I'm gonna try to Farsi on Gragnek.
All right.
If I can just... There we go.
You see Gragnek inside an Imperial ship.
No.
You can see that he has his hands bound behind him with cuffs. And him and his Hylobon companions are in a row. You recognize the troopers that are around him as Cube's commandos. You can see one of the commandos step forward. For treason and actions against the Empire, you are all ordered to death.
Fair.
Steps back. The other commandos all draw their weapons. They fire. Your vision ends.
Yeah. Wait, Gragnek, do you hear me? Gragnek, no! Oh my gosh. I'm gonna.
Did I
Reel
sense
back.
something in the force?
Yeah, I'll say you feel it. As for Mayo, as his vision ends, you feel that disruption and you can tell something is wrong.
It's as if 10 people cried out all at once and then were suddenly silenced.
Ragnar's dead.
This
He, no,
is
he,
bad.
he like just died like right now. It's crazy. The timing on that.
When I hear him say that, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to just be like, this has been a day of loss.
Who else did we send over there?
Everyone who
Alright.
would have been on the ship would have been Jasper, Crone, Maverick, the Hylabons, and MB1.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna Farsi Jasper.
All right. That's enough to pass on him. You can
Wow.
see that he is inside of a prison cell. Again, you recognize the prison cell to be very familiar. It looks just like the one you saw on Cube's ship. You don't know if it is the same, but it's got the exact same design. So it could be similar Star Destroyer, or he is on Cube's ship. You can see him looking ahead through the cell, through the force field barrier, into another one where you can see Crone is sitting opposite of him.
Damn. Jasper, can you hear me?
Namayo. Yes.
I'm so sorry things ended up like this.
We all knew the risks. Hopefully it wasn't for nothing. You get them?
We got him.
Good.
Now we just need to get you.
That is easier said than done.
Do you know where they're taking you?
I'm afraid I don't. After the initial attack, we began to flee, but Cube arrived, headed us off, destroyed our engines. We did what we could to make our escape and were captured. Kin never escaped from the facility of our initial attack. I don't know what happened to him. As for the rest of us, half of us have been ordered to execution. The other are going to stand trial publicly. And from what I understand, one, the bounty hunter, has been set free to continue bounty hunting in service of the Empire.
Damn.
He's coming for us for his money. No.
Hang in there. We're gonna find you.
I think you may need to make the decision to abandon us.
Hey, keep that head up, chap. Don't give up so easily. May the force be with you.
And with you.
Click. All right. Now I gotta do Maverick.
All right.
Oh, fuck. Maverick's there. No. He's dead.
Let me double check if that's a pass on Maverick. I think it is. Oh, that's weird.
Maverick pretended
There we
just
go.
to be part of the people capturing him. They didn't even notice.
Yeah. He just blended in.
You can see Maverick is also inside of a cell. It appears to be in a different location. Can't tell if it's on that ship or not. You can see that he is there, sitting, waiting.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say anything since he has funny ideas about the force. So I'm just going to just observe.
He's pretty much just sitting there and waiting. Nothing's happening.
Can I see? So if it results or exceeds, you can use a force point to get a clear mental image Damn, no, I'm thinking of a different ability. Okay. All right. That's all from me.
What's up,
I'm
Cooley?
turning Midas. They've captured everyone. They're all in cells. Cube's got them. There's a public execution scheduled. I don't know if we can make it.
So let's find out where they are.
They're on Cube's ship.
Okay. Let's find out where Cube's ship is.
But they're going to be publicly executed. So if we can find out where that is, maybe we can stop them. But
Can you use Farseeing on Alistair Cube?
that's a good question. Yeah, listen. I don't know.
You're definitely capable of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Farseeing.
Oh,
Damn.
what is that blue? Is that?
I like it.
There's an update to the
Yeah, I know.
I think, yeah, I don't know why it's blue though. It's strange. It's so in line because I'm light side.
That's not. I can't show this off right now.
I wish you could customize it so like dark side people can get a red score.
Yeah. So you see Alistair Cube. You can see that he is currently in front of a monitor, tapping away, lifting a communication device to his head. And at that exact moment, Midas, you hear a communication coming in from the ship.
From our ship?
Yep.
Wow, what a coincidence.
So like from the
you can hear it ringing from the cockpit.
Don't pick that up.
This is Midas.
I forgot I turned the dark reader off. There we go. Hello, Midas. You recognize it to be Alistair Cube. Your crew and ship have been captured. The Hylabons have been executed. The bounty hunter has been released. Service of the Empire. And the other traitors are currently detained. I am here to discuss negotiation. I am transmitting my coordinates and would like to have this meeting in person. He hangs up.
This is when we die. This is when we die. He's never led us astray before, right?
What could we possibly...
With you foreseeing while this is done, you're going to see a little bit more on your end. You can see he hangs up the communication, turns to one of his commandos, get everything ready for their arrival. All measures in place. Ensure, should anything happen, they do not gain control of this ship. I trust you to do what is necessary, whether that be disabling the engines or ordering the other ships to fire on us. At minimum, we are disabling hyperspace. You can see he starts to walk off, and your vision begins to fade.
I'm about to say,
What's up, Jim?
do I see him checking his bank account, perchance?
No, you did not see him checking his bank account.
I was more worried about him saying something about Darth Vader being there, but he doesn't seem like that's going to be the case.
He's like, as you ordered, sir. Good. Yep, we're not going. So, Midas, what did he say?
He gave us coordinates, told us to meet us there. He'd meet us there and with negotiations. Can only imagine it'd be us turning ourselves in.
Yeah, I don't see anything we have that could be negotiated with. Shortly after your call, they made preparations to disable their hyperdrive. They're pulling out all the stops.
So that we wouldn't be able to take the ship.
Yeah, how do you know that?
That's me assuming.
Wow, you're right on the money.
It makes sense. Gaining access to an Imperial ship is definitely something they don't want. we need our companions, and it's our fault that they're there. My fault that they're there.
I've got a bad feeling. Says Windu.
I know. I understand if none of y'all want to come with me onto the ship.
You're gonna go by yourself.
I won't force any of you to go with me.
We aren't gonna abandon you.
Oh, there's the voice. Damn it.
You can't run.
Ghost walks up. I've been asleep this whole time, but I'll go too.
We can't go there with the numbers that we have. We will die.
We are Jedi.
Yeah, but we're not idiots.
I understand.
Well, where's the coordinates?
Oh, it's on the screen in there. It's Delta Gamma Beta 317.
The intel it's leading not to any particular planet, but is leading to a specific spot in space.
Do we know anything about that area in space? Can I roll a
roll a knowledge check, yeah.
While you're doing that, Master Windu, you've kept yourself well stealthed for years before we found you. Hidden. Alistair Q doesn't know about you.
I think I see where you're getting at.
Maybe while we're doing negotiations, you could slip in and free our comrades.
Perhaps. But there are other issues that may arise, depending on how much they're preparing. Be anything I can do. But I am open to this course of action.
I understand. They could immediately lock up our ship. There are lots that could happen. And it looks like we're not going to be waiting for anybody to arrive on Moncala.
No, it doesn't. Put them out. You can tell that it is a few light years away from Geonosis.
So it's close to that area. The right hand may be hanging about. It's close to where they failed, where they got caught.
I mean, a couple light years.
Well, I think it's time here for me to hop off the ship.
I understand.
Where will you go?
Not sure yet. Gonna get a feel for the universe, for the galaxy. See wherever Moncala here can take me. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll meet again one day. But judging by this path, I'm gonna hold my breath.
Yeah, maybe. But have some faith in us. Maybe you'll save us one day.
Maybe.
Stick my hand out to shake his.
He'll meet.
Good luck.
And to you. You'll need it.
May the Force be with you.
It's off the ship.
Well, that's kind of awkward because I actually wanted to go talk to the guy, the commander general dude who builds the ships here.
Oh yeah, we can still do that.
And he walks off.
Like, oh.
You wait a minute, and then you decide to walk off.
Okay. Oh, that's strange. Oh, you going the same way? Yeah, me too.
That's awkward.
I think that was a skit.
Oh yeah, that's definitely been a skit.
Are you following me?
Make your
Hey,
way
that's Zane
off.
over there.
Make your way south.
He like jumped into the water, just started swimming.
You see Commander
Away from
Akbar.
me.
Hello, Commander.
Hello. I see our ship is not with you.
Oh, hopefully we can get it back.
Well, you certainly didn't have it for long.
You know, sometimes things happen.
Aye. This I know.
Thankfully, I'm going to turn to this guy before I say anything else. Do you trust him?
Yes, he is my right-hand man. No one here has any ties to the Empire. Not that we are not somewhat aware of, anyway.
Good.
Hey, you can
The
trust
assassin.
me. I'm a good guy. No, he doesn't actually say that.
Uh, the assassins are dead. I know they caused quite a bit of stir the last time they came here. But we've put them away.
Good. Less of a problem. Less strength for the Empire.
It's true, but there's still many more. Still many more threats. Still many more allies to the Empire.
We are aware.
And some of our allies have been captured by Cube. Now, along with our ship, we're going to try to get them back, but you know of any mercenaries on this planet that could help us?
No. We are careful with who we've allowed on ever since the initial Empire attacks. Mercenaries are untrustworthy, and anyone who matches that description is now essential personnel. I'm sorry. We cannot offer you assistance.
Would you happen to know anybody that maybe not so much provide mercenaries, but a fighting force against the Empire?
Well, personally, no. But there are rumors of people who you might to reach out to. There's
What kind of rumors?
what's the name? Saw Gerrera is one such character.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
There are. I'm looking through my notes here just to see if anything that I might be forgetting. There are small rebel cells around, none of which I have direct ties to. You could try and engage them. Look for wherever chaos might be happening. Attacks against the Empire.
Rebel cells, eh? And Saw Gerrera. Thank you.
I'm sorry I cannot provide more assistance. The only other thing I would say is bounty hunters, but you've already gone down that path a bit.
That's fine. Nah, if you excuse me, I have a ship to save. Oh, and friends. Friends and ships. Am I even saying anything? You got no love for the fish brother? All right.
No, more about thinking about the fact that a lot of people that this has led to a lot of people dying, and
Yeah.
trying to think if he made the right choice or not.
Everyone you know dies, Midas. It's all your fault.
Thank you so much, Putumayo. You haven't died yet. You're hanging in there. Yet. So before we take off, I'm gonna go into this area here and have a seat. I want to try to use the force to contact Melis.
Okay. Use the force.
Miles was like, I said, lose my number.
You reach out. You can feel yourself make contact. Midas.
Melis, how are you?
I'm doing fine.
Just wanted to update you on what was going on. If you haven't sensed it already.
I have.
Everything.
I sensed everything with Kin.
Ken was the distraction.
And the assassin.
The assassins are dead.
Things are as they should be. Kin knew his path would lead him to his end. Midas, do not blame yourself for that. You have vanquished the assassins now, making me the sole remaining member, of which a title I cast off. Now it is only the Inquisitors and the Sith.
Won't you come back to us?
No.
I mean, Xeno's dead. Yeah, come back over.
Please, Mommy Melis.
I am focused on training my Padawan.
About your old Padawans.
They have grown beyond me now.
Okay. Change your mind, you know how to get in touch with me. If not, I won't bother you again.
I wish you luck, Midas. Where you're going is not a place I am wishing for anyone to go. But I trust that you will do what you believe to be necessary. Remember, there is always another path to you. The path I offered Putumayo. The path of separating conflict. If this is my final lesson as your former teacher, let it be that I think the only way you can survive this with your life is by leaving it in its entirety. So you must choose what is most important to you. I trust, like Kin, you already know what it is.
Thank you.
The connection separate.
I'm just gonna telepathy Master Wendu and see if you ask him to come in here.
Midas.
Everyone's dying, Master Wendu.
Yes. Something that we both know well. Putumayo too.
I just contacted Melis. She already knows everything that's happened. She told me, or she offered me a path, but it would be basically running.
Yeah.
What do you think we should do?
I don't think it's about what I think you need to trust in yourself and trust in the Force. I've survived this far by staying out of the conflict. There's merit to what she says. But I was a shell of a man. A shell of my former self. The shell of who I am now.
It wouldn't be who we are to run.
Whatever path you decide to choose, commit to it. Forget whatever LeBear tried to teach you about the Force, saying that it's all predestined, predetermined. Recognize that you have this choice to make right here and now. But Mayo, Voxa, the other guy who's hanging out in the med bay for the last month. You all need to make this decision. And if that means this journey is nearing its bitter end, be it.
First things first, we got to get our friends back.
All right.
I'm gonna march in this room. All right, let's get them.
Get who?
Come on, Master Negotiator. You can talk your way out of anything.
Not how it works, Midas.
Could be.
It's not how any of this works.
You're gonna get on the intercom and you're gonna be like, everyone stand down. And you're just gonna keep saying that over and over again until they all fall asleep.
It's got to work on at least two of them.
There are 2 other people that you can reach out to who might still be willing to help.
I forgot you were here. Okay. Who would that be, Vale? Yale? Vale?
Vale Vosh.
Neither of which are ideal, I'm sure, to you, especially Midas. There is LeBear. And the Revenite.
Just threw up in my mouth.
The Revenant wouldn't help us.
Perhaps he might, depending on where this goes.
True, he does want to topple the current order establishing themselves.
If you do surrender yourselves, you will be taken to the Sith that are hunting you. The Revenite, the Sith Lord he is now, may find this as an opportunity worth pursuing. It may not help you in the end, but it may ease your trouble, perhaps provide an opportunity to escape.
Udamaz going to put his finger to his nose. Not me.
Of course, the opposite could happen as well. Perhaps you alter the flow of the Force. The Emperor is slain. His right hand ended. And then you have a new villain in their place.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, going is it's pretty much it. I don't see much of a way out if we just go, Midas.
What do you mean? Just go.
Well, how many people are on this ship? It's
6.
6 people against an entire army.
Against a cruiser.
He has other cruisers.
But they're not all going to be on the ship.
True, but they are prepared to shoot the ship down.
That's only if we attempt to take the ship over.
That's true. It's also if Q borders it.
If we can somehow disable the communication before they're able to...
That's true. We can. But it's a lot to risk on a hunch.
You also need to recognize Cube is one of the most capable leaders in the Empire. He's a strategist, tactician. You need to assume that whatever you have planned, he's ready for it.
So what are our options, Midas? Because we can't just charge in there head first. We all know what happened last time.
I guess we go and see. I guess we just go and see what he has in mind.
Just stop by for a quick chat. Is that it?
Guess so.
How's that any different than charging head first?
Maybe they expect us to have a plan. Expect us to come in guns blazing.
Yeah. They expect us to have some sort of contingency. So what's our contingency? I may be able to talk, but I don't know. My throat gets parched rather easily.
Guess bring your water.
It's not that easy.
It's worst case scenario. We just cut a hole in the ship with the lightsabers.
Got a hole in their ship with our lightsabers.
Just into the bottom and then just fall through the bottom.
And just so your plan is to
Works
go
for
there,
Obi-Wan.
and if things go south, throw ourselves to the vacuum of space and abandon our only ship.
Rats.
I'm just imagining they'll never expect this. Cuts a hole, sucked out.
They're like, "Wow, I didn't expect this."
That's right, I didn't expect that. Holy shit.
I don't
What
want to.
if we don't go? Then what?
Then we sacrifice our friends.
No, that's not necessarily true. Jasper mentioned a public execution, and Cube didn't mention that to you. For a man of his stature, I'm sure he would still try to publicly execute enemies to the Empire. Then again, he may not. He may just kill them on the spot.
I believe he said public trial, not public execution.
Yeah.
Though
Public
you
trial.
have enough to assume that would likely end in a public execution. Just technicality there.
Yeah, sorry, I actually meant trial, not execution. They want a show. We can give them a show. We don't negotiate with terrorists, Midas.
Wouldn't we be the terrorists technically? I mean,
They're the terrorists. They're terrorizing our lives.
I mean, we went to their planet and started trying to bomb stuff. I don't know, man.
Look, it's all in the eye of the beholder.
There you go.
That's a big eye too. Those things have giant eyes.
Yeah.
Midas, I think Cube expects you to be there because he knows you. He knows what you'll do. I think the last thing he'll expect is for you to ghost him. No pun intended. Ghost. Yeah, he's just groaning in the corner. So maybe that can be our plan, is to do what he doesn't expect. Maybe we embarrass him at this trial. Yeah, it's they might kill a few before we get there. But I think they'd be much more disappointed to know that we arrived without any sort of support. I don't think they'd be able to even follow us anymore at that point.
I have a plan.
Oh,
I'm gonna go talk to the general on the planet.
oh, you're going back. All right.
We haven't left the planet yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go talk to General Akbar. I'm gonna see about borrowing a ship. This ship that we're on now has stealth capabilities.
It does.
You can follow me in without them detecting you, and I can go start negotiations and see what they have to say.
If you get captured, I'm not saving you, Midas.
I understand, but I'm slippery.
You are quite moist. I'm sorry, damp. You are quite damp.
Oh, Commander. Dang it. I said General, didn't I?
Yep.
I was going to correct you, but you kept talking, so I didn't want to cut you off. Welcome back.
Commander Akbar, I have a request.
I'm listening.
May I use one of your ships? Your smaller ones.
For what end?
I need to go make negotiations. Worst case scenario, the people that I negotiate for take the ship back to here and give it back to you, and I don't come back with them.
Or persuasion.
Oh, shit. Oh.
We cannot offer much, but I will offer you one of the ships that we have captured. It'll be enough to fit one man. That will be enough.
That will be enough.
Is this the spaceship from the ping pong, like the pinball with like mini computer game? A space cadet? It's like just is it a TIE fighter? Excuse me.
Yes. It's a V-Wing.
Okay.
That's a real Star Wars ship. That
Next week is a big wing.
That might be from the wrong era. Oh no, that's actually an appropriate era. So that's like what Obi-Wan would fly around in Episode 2. Well, that is what I can offer you.
I hate flying.
Flying's for droids.
Thank you, Commander. I appreciate that.
Good luck. Throws you the keys.
You know, I just realized if I'm going there with that, then they can't leave with it because it only fits one person, right? Okay, it is what it is. Let's go.
You could try and cram people in. Just be really uncomfortable.
Midas on his way to burning another bridge.
The bridge we're currently on.
Caught in 4K.
All right, well, head out of here.
Will that ship fit on the on our ship? No.
No.
Yeah.
But it's capable of flight travel all on its own.
True.
Excuse me. I also don't have a token explicitly for it, so we're just gonna use the trusty. Actually, no, the flag fighter's gonna be better for that.
I should have bought an extra ship while we were at that shipyard.
So you were at the part where you're right next to both ships.
So I'll meet you there.
All right.
I'm gonna put my hand out. Good luck.
I'll smack his hand away. I don't need luck.
We have the Force.
I've made a force be with you.
Okay.
Sync yourselves up to head on over. Is there anything else you're going to be doing on the main ship? On the Fury?
No.
Alright, I'll need to make a slight change then. And to make sure I'm properly understanding the plan, you're going to bring in the Fury, stealthing your way in after.
Yeah, I'll be following him behind the Fury with our stealth controls enabled.
All right. Make your way over. You exit out of hyperspace, and you can see a fleet ahead of you. Multiple star destroyers are facing you. None are making a move. None are firing at you as soon as you exit hyperspace. You can see the Resolute 2 cube ship stands ahead. It's you in.
Right back. I'm gonna shut my door.
All right. That's okay, Orpheus. Don't worry about that.
All these cells are empty. Rest in peace.
Only the room that you currently are in has visible stuff.
I see. Of course.
I guess 2. Cube's room.
No, that makes sense.
Okay.
Ask Midas to come alone.
You can see a ton of people around you, forming a line, a barrier, guiding you to the meeting room.
Bam, 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 bam.
I forgot to turn on music for this session.
No, it's been playing. It's just been playing the same song over and over again.
Not for me. I'm not playing anything.
Rest in peace. Yeah, let me refresh then.
You open the door, Midas?
Yep.
Well, I wasn't expecting you to come alone. Very well.
We're already on the right track.
Do I need to enlighten you to the situation, or are you already aware of it?
I am already aware.
Then I hope you understand there's no way you are leaving the ship unless you accept my deal.
And the deal is?
Surrender yourself to my custody. We will dose you to knock you unconscious so you cannot use the Force. We will take your weapons and armor away. In exchange for your cooperation, we will permit Crone and Jasper to be released without trial, free men, for the foreseeable future.
That is
One Jedi
tempting.
Knight. That's a 2-for-1 special.
What about my clone?
Maverick, you mean?
Yes.
Unfortunately for just you, that is not a trait I can offer. If your whole crew were here, I would try and make that deal. But he has a He has curious eyes upon him. He's gone through both the Order 66 reprogramming and the Purge Trooper conditioning. Despite that, he remained loyal to you, of the Empire. People want to know why. And if I cannot give them everything that they are expecting, they will not accept the deal. Maverick is not on this ship. So I do not have the authority to hand him over by myself.
He's not even here.
No. The other two are.
So you're saying one way or another, I'm not leaving this ship.
Unless you hand yourself over. In which case you will be leaving the ship with your life. For at least a little while. We'll be handing you over to Lord Vader.
So what's the so you're a man of strategy.
Yes.
You've thought of outcomes. You've thought of things that could happen.
Yes.
So what's the plan if I were to, let's say, lock this door behind me, take you hostage?
My men have orders to act without my orders. My life,
And that's,
if it needs to be forfeited, is something I have ordered them to do.
and they're willing to kill themselves for this cause?
Yes. Even if you don't, even if they cower and change their mind. The other ships around have orders to fire upon this ship, should that be necessary.
There's got to be another way. You're a reasonable man.
Perhaps you've come here under a false idea of what this meeting would be. I am a loyal servant to the Empire. Better or worse, that is my rule. And I will act in this till such a point where I am no longer capable. I will request you to turn yourself in, Cesium. I do not wish to die, nor have any of my men die. Do I wish to kill? I do not know what Vader wishes for you. I imagine it will result in imprisonment and death. But I believe this is the only.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give you a run for your money. I'm gonna shove my lightsaber through the key pad to force the door locked.
Very well. What's the plan now?
Are you going to try to stop me?
No. I'm fully aware that I am incapable of killing a Jedi of your caliber.
Then give me your communication device.
No.
Then I'll take it from you.
If that is what you believe is necessary.
Okay. So I'll look forward.
You can see it's there on his belt.
I will take it off of his belt and set it on the table. I'm not gonna destroy it. Is this room over here your quarters?
No, that is the kitchen.
If you would please step inside the kitchen.
No.
I'm going to insist with my lightsaber next to his face. Kitchen.
You are a Jedi, Midas. You will not kill an unarmed, pacifistic man.
I'm here for my friends first. And I'm desperate.
He turns his eyes to meet yours. I will not move.
Is the doorway open?
Yeah.
I'm gonna push him. I'm gonna like force push him into the room.
All right, use the force.
This is where Midas turns dark. On this ship.
Shove him back, throwing him and the chair rolling into the room.
Sorry it had to be this way. I'm gonna shut the door, and I'm going to also make it to where that he can't get out of there.
All right. What are you doing now?
I'm going to attempt to cut through this wall.
All right. While this has all been
Midas,
happening,
Midas, what's going on?
Oh,
Hudamayo,
I figured you were using Farsi on me.
you have exited hyperspace a little bit further away as to avoid being picked up on sensors immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You start making your way towards the area. You go to activate the stealth on the ship. And you can hear...
Oh, rip. I thought we had
And
it fixed on the planet.
Did you?
Yeah, I thought we had the ship repaired, and then we added some additional features.
I thought you didn't do the stealth in exchange for everything else.
Interesting. Why would we even make that kind of deal? But okay.
If I'm remembering that incorrectly...
Because it's not like we didn't have the money to do it. So, like, I don't know why we wouldn't fix everything on the ship and come back broken. But okay, that's cool.
Yeah, you know what? I don't remember clearly enough. I'm gonna trust you.
Oh, I mean, maybe I'm not remembering it either. But like, I don't know why we wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I think we got it fixed.
I just don't remember clearly enough.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna trust you. All right, you activate the stealth. Start making your way in.
Now I got to go back and watch the video.
Well, but we did use it when we went to that planet and where Ajusa died. We started the ship. We came in stealth and started the ship to the side of the.
That was before it. Yeah, because the ship got blown up.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
That was definitely
it got damaged. Right, so we went to get it repaired. Okay, actually, I don't even think we even mentioned the stealth. I think we just asked it to be fully repaired.
Yeah, so either the stealth was they just didn't have the tech to fix it, or it wasn't brought up. It was one of those two.
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't brought up at all. And we just assumed that everything got fixed.
It would have gone in on the full repair. I'm just going to say it's fixed.
Okay. I'm not going to argue with you. Because that drastically changes this entire encounter.
He just leaves me.
Like, sorry, I made a left turn at Albuquerque. I need a... Akbar, did you call me?
So you make your way in, you activate stealth. You approach and land inside the docking bay?
No. Heck no. So Did I see which ship Midas went into?
Yes.
Okay. And you're asking me if I'm going to dock inside their docking bay?
Yes, if you're going to use the stealth function to land in the ship. As I understood, the intention was that you were going to sneak in to get Jasper and Crone.
Oh. Well, yeah, but I wasn't really sure what Midas meant by all that. So I was like, okay, because yeah, we can like land in the ship, but then it's so obviously it's so awkward. Like, who are you?
Well, I was thinking more. I was thinking more along the lines of like, do you remember when the Millennium Falcon landed on that ship, like on the outside of it?
Like yeah, I do. Okay, I got you.
So how is he going to find Jasper in that situation?
Well, I'm going to think back to the vision. I'm going to think back to the vision to see like what his orientation was like in his cell. Like if he was facing like a certain part of the ship, like if he was starboard, if he was ports.
There is not enough to tell.
Okay.
The division you had was so narrow, and him and Crone were both facing each other.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't get a clear interpretation based on what you saw, on what part of the ship they were in, other than it would have been the prison.
This is the same type of ship that we picked up Voxa from, isn't it?
Yeah, very similar.
Yeah, so I'm gonna recall like the prisons like in that where that location was. And then I'm going to I guess yeah, like hover towards that and try to do what Midas was saying and land the ship Millennium Falcon style, like on the other side.
All right, roll me a piloting check.
Oh boy!
All right.
I believe
so. I've rolled a pilot check before to drive the ship. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
That's fine. This isn't about driving the ship. This is about driving it in a professional manner without drawing attention.
Oh, we're at light side. Wait, what?
Light side what?
I'm gonna use a force point as well.
Yes. For the force point, make it like 30.
Hey, so that's a 29. So what part of the ship are you landing on?
I'm trying to recall back to where we picked up Voxa and land on the exterior of that side of the prison. Might not be like
Voxa would have been down here then.
Yeah, he would have been down here, so I would have like landed around this area. Stealth don't fail me now. I want to telepathy to Midas. I'm on the ship. I should be near the prisons. What's going on in there? Are you okay? Talk to me. Answer me.
I'm concentrating.
About that moment where you're starting to cut through the ship.
You were right. They said that they were basically the only way I was getting off this ship is if they captured me, and I went with them willingly. I have they are unaware that I have locked the door and that I have taken Alistair Cube's communication device and locked him into another area of the ship. I'm cutting my way into the ship, or to another area of the ship, so I can exit and try to find our companions.
Well, you better do it fast.
Well,
there's a whole fleet here.
Yeah, and there's a whole, like you said, a whole army in here.
Can we try to jam their communications? Isn't there a jammer on the ship, on the Fury?
It's a jammer for your ship. It jams in.
Or yes, gotcha. If only we can get somebody to hack into the. Somebody should have been the engineer. Hack into their systems. I'll be right back.
All right, so we'll cut back to you here, Midas, as he's landed. You cut through. You make your way to the other side.
You see there's 20 people in this room.
You see there's no one in that room.
So I am gonna be trying to be stealth, and I'm gonna try to use. Okay. And I am going to also try to sense other people in this area. Maybe I can get a sense if someone's coming before I walk out the door, like use the force kind of thing.
Yep, use the force. You sense no one else is around. You can see there's no one manning the hallways. You open up that next door feeling it's safe. There's no one inside there.
I will lock this door behind me like I've done others.
All right.
Just in case. As I'm walking over here, do I sense anybody in this room?
You do. You sense two familiar presences of Crone and Jasper.
Do I sense anybody else?
Nope. No one else.
Well.
Good to see you're finally here. I'm happy to see that you've made it in easily so far. Alright. Be careful though. Don't know what kind of traps they might have set around this place.
Yeah, we're not out of the woods yet. We're kind of in a hurry here, so I'm gonna. Wow.
All right, you go through. You can see that there is a function to disable the cells.
All right, I will do that.
The cell doors open up, and you hear a security alarm trigger.
Okay, that's our cue. Let's get out of here as fast as we can.
All right, where are we going?
Oh, so I don't know. Would you say that I'd be able to sense where Putumayo is since he didn't technically tell me what side of the ship he's on?
Yeah.
So. Yeah. I'm gonna run over here real quick and I'm gonna lock this door.
All right, so you're gonna slash the terminal.
Yep.
The pad. All right, and it's still shut.
Prone, if you'll excuse me.
All right.
I'm going to start cutting through this wall.
All right. Go through. You start cutting. Roll a perception check. You see there is detonite as you get through to the other side, lining the engines.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What are you doing?
But is there anybody in this room?
No.
Okay, so there are explosives on the engines. We need to make our way out of here fast. Don't hesitate. Run straight to the other side.
All right. Following your lead.
Let's go. And guess we're gonna start moving.
Start running behind you.
Are any of these computers? Would I know if any of these computers like specifically what they do?
I don't know if you interacted with them your first time on the ship. Not. I don't
think so.
Then no. You could assume based on their location they have something to do with the engines.
Like, could it be like to for power to the whole ship?
You don't know.
Either one of you good with computers as we're running?
Oh yeah, I am.
Any of these terminals control power to the ship?
Might be able to slice my way through this one to get access. It's typing
Let's
away
cut.
at it.
I was gonna say, let's cut it.
All right.
Oh, you got him. That was quick.
Yeah, there's alarms going off.
Yeah, you hear alarm. You can. Well, you don't hear it because you're still outside.
The vacuum of space.
This is interesting. Second. He's reading through some message that's going through. Oh no.
Oh yes.
We need to get out of here now.
Yes.
Wait a mile, roll perception.
Nice. Perception I shall roll.
With own two eyes.
You can see a number of TIE fighters flying outside of the ship.
Nice.
Essentially, you can tell whatever was inside is now flying outside the ship. You don't know if it's looking for you or what they're doing at this moment.
I'm gonna telepathy to Midas. There's something going on. They all just left the ship.
They're gonna blow the ship.
Cube already gave him orders to sacrifice the ship. You need to get out of there now. Get out now. Can y'all survive the vacuum of space? Maybe if you use the force.
Well, wouldn't there be like a tube that you could attach? Like, isn't that a thing I've seen on other on ships in
Like
Star
a
Wars?
tractor beam?
That's a specific location, something like that, though. Like, that's something the ship is meant to do.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just like blowing the hole into the airlock to try to get you out.
I'll say, Crone will say what the message is while you're receiving this in your head, right as it goes. Everyone's been evacuated from the ship. I don't know whether that includes Cube or not. It's about it. He looks back behind him. These are all about to detonate, and automated orders are going to give in just a moment to have them fire on the ship. We need to go now.
Yeah, let's go. All right, so I guess I'm gonna telepathy to you. Meet us at the hangar. We're at the hangar bay. We're coming now.
Couldn't I just like blow a hole into the side of the ship?
But we can't survive the vacuum of space.
Plus,
That's what we were just discussing.
The entrance to the Fury is also a ramp.
That is true. So we would need somebody to like, I don't know, provide a force bubble between the ramp and the inside of the ship.
Yeah, Yale, get on that.
Pretty much.
We also have Windu with us.
No Orpheus.
All right, well, I'm gonna fly the ship around to the front.
So they took my ship?
Oh, sorry, your ship would still be here. Everything else is gone, though. You can also see there's a point that has been carved open in the wall here.
Good for them.
And at about this time, you all feel a rumble booming throughout the ship. As you can tell, the engines have just detonated. And Putumayo, as you're pulling the ship around, you can see all the other starships begin to open fire. Roll me a pilot check, Putumayo.
Get bad really quick.
Oh, I was muted. Did we also restore our force points?
No.
No, right. Because it restores per hour.
No, it restores on level up.
Okay, right. Um, here's that pilot check.
Good try, though.
All right, you start flying the ship around, but the barrage of lasers is just too much that you are unable to successfully avoid all of them. You're going to take some damage here, and I need to remember what that damage is because I forgot it.
All right. Now, do our upgraded shields help us at all?
They will withstand at least some of the damage. We're going to determine how much that is.
Nice. Blaster cannon.
Gotta find space laser, turbo laser. There it is. Oh yeah, the damage on these things is so one. I should have had this done beforehand. My apologies.
Hey, no worries.
Come on. That's what I'm looking for. Turbo laser. Okay. Oh, sorry. That was I did a plus instead of a times.
Oh, nice. 155.
Doing that twice, and then they also get divided based on the shield here. So the first one you can feel slams into the ship, bypasses some of the shield and does some notable damage, but the shields still hold up overall, and you're able to keep flying. That second one hits you as you're moving the ship up above, and that one does some notable damage. You can tell the ship is still running, the shields are still there, but they are piercing the shields for a significant amount of damage. The ship does not have that much more resistant. You feel like if you get hit by another one of these attacks, the Fury is going to be decommissioned.
Oh, snap. All right. When I was pulling up towards the front, did I see the other ship in there?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to pull the ship up and fly away.
Yeah, so right now you're right there. You aren't actually in the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So you're turning away, trusting that he's going to use that one ship with no issue.
I'm gonna telepathy Midas. As like we're being hit, like we gotta get out of here. So we're leaving now.
I don't know if there's enough room in this ship for 3 people. We'll try.
Oh, true. Well, then hurry up and get on board.
All right, so you did pull in?
Yeah, I'm right there.
Oh, okay. All right, you two get in the Fury.
All right. They run over. You can feel the ship being bombarded, everything hitting it. The shields, you can tell, have been deactivated, and you can see the explosions beginning to bounce throughout the ship. All right. They hop on in.
Midas, are you not getting on the ship?
I'm getting on this ship.
All right.
All right. Midas, you go to activate that ship and put him out. You start to pull out?
Yeah, we're going to start to pull out, and I'm going to telepathy to...
Does it start?
Midas and say, we'll meet on Moncala.
All right, hold on 1 second. Let me see if the ship starts.
The ship starts.
All right, good.
All right, Putumayo, roll me another pilot check. Midas, roll me a pilot check.
I'm gonna use a force point.
All right. I will also use a force point.
All right.
And then the force point. Let's see here. Was it 1d6?
Yes.
Probably a button for that, but it's
Yeah,
whatever.
All right, Putumayo, you start flying the ship away. You start navigating through the lasers. The Force is finally guiding you through, and you feel like you've done a good job.
Oh, wow.
You don't feel any more collide into you at this exact moment.
Huh, that's weird.
What?
How does it say 2d6k1?
Oh, because of the level you are, you're actually rolling 2d6 and taking the higher result.
But it's still it says object. It doesn't even give me when I go to roll it doesn't do it.
What do you do?
Huh? By that properly 6k1? Yeah. I don't know. You have a force point, right?
Yeah, I have 3. So
do
you want me to
just
put
hit that roll button, or just roll 2dk plus 1, or 2dk1? Sorry.
Oh, so do I do 2d6k1?
2d6k1. Sorry.
All right.
All right, so that's a 3. So you have rolled a 31. And the ship takes off. You both start flying away from the area. Putumayo, you feel like you've gotten far enough away. You hit the hyperdrive?
Yeah, we're gonna enter hyper.
I don't have hyperdrive, do I?
You know, I was gonna ask this question, but I didn't.
It's like I'm gonna be flying for a while.
Yeah.
So you hit hyperdrive, Putumayo. Your ship's faster around first before his, so.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Not sure what I can do to help you.
I think in character, you're hitting that hyperdrive.
Yeah,
your ship's damaged. You would.
Mm-hmm. We are hitting the hyperdrive.
You hit that hyperdrive. Take off. Midas, you go to follow suit. You hit the button, and you realize it has been disabled. And the ships behind that were shooting at the ship, they are now detecting you, and a transmission comes in. Well, Midas, you proved me wrong. You escaped the ship. But we've taken measures to ensure that that ship had its hyperdrive disabled. We will blow you out of space and leave you as a piece of debris, where I will give you one final opportunity to surrender yourself. Since I imagine you've already taken the prisoners, it's like we made this deal right in the first place, isn't it? You also have enough knowledge to know that your ship will not outrun. Essentially, you'll be trying to pilot yourself away to outmaneuver them, which they have a number of ships. Like I said, there's a fleet, so there's about 12 ships there.
Well, what's the alternative? I go on the ship and then I die?
I'm just letting you know your options. You can try and outmaneuver, or you can surrender yourself. See whatever happens.
Let me go pull Shiro here and try to outmaneuver him.
No, hold on.
No,
Midas, we'll save you. Don't worry.
Sure. Okay. Guess that's checkmate then, isn't it?
Yes.
Except I guess we got a little more out of this than what you had originally asked for, didn't we?
Did you?
My companions got away, and you lost the ship.
Well, my expectation was to give you your companions no matter what. Assuming you surrendered yourself. But yes, the ship is something I am sad to see given away, if it proves that that was not necessary. What's up, Free?
Alright, well.
Yep. Xeno and Ajisai are dead, but their replacements, Ghost and Vox, are just away right now. One's in Japan, the other's dying, having their throat close up on them.
That's rough. Well, yeah, I guess all I can do is just pilot to their ship.
All right, you're gonna go willingly.
Man, I can't really do anything else. This is a tiny ship. It doesn't have great. I mean, I don't even know. Is there an AC on a ship?
Yes, there is. I can grab what that is for this one, but I've been having it go by the pilot check thus far.
Yeah, I was gonna say
you roll nat 20s for like just straight the next 10 minutes.
You know the odds of outmaneuvering an armada, a space fleet, is very low as a single ship. You know, you think back metagame, you think to like when not Finn, what's his name? The other guy who's not Finn.
The other guy who's not Finn, but he's a pilot. I know who you're talking about, but I don't know his name.
Dak.
It's not Dak.
Jack.
I don't remember his name. But it's like in episode 8 when they start off trying to take down that one ship with just a couple of other ones, and they lose almost everyone just trying to do that. It's kind of like that.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fly in between the ships, and they can fire on each other.
That is a move you could try, yeah. If
do it like 12 times.
That, I will create a map to give some more, to give you more of a flow into this.
I'm just going to park the ship in one of their docking bays.
Man, and now we gotta build a ship and like have a space build.
That is why this. Just one moment here. You go and land on another ship that looks strangely similar to the one that you're currently on. It's absolutely wild. All the units are in the exact same place and everything, too. It's fucking crazy. Absolutely loopy.
Even my ship's in the same place. That's weird.
Their ship, it's held. And there is Cube. You will stand there, gestures to one of the commandos, as he pulls out a syringe. Are you just going to allow it?
No need. You can have all my stuff. I'll go willingly.
We need to ensure you don't use the Force to escape. He gives the nod. Man goes to make the stab.
There's not a lot I can do about it.
Stabs
you.
It's
going to be a useless session.
Plunge in. Fall unconscious.
Let's roll a resist drugs check.
Not that system. Fall unconscious, and we cut back to Putumayo. Putumayo, you feel a disturbance in the Force. Out of there. Oh, well, there's also Jasper and Chrome that are now here.
I should have had you roll everybody initiative, and I should have been like, no, I'm not doing this, and then like activated my damage resistance, and then I should have just ran because he probably didn't take measures in this ship blowing up.
He did.
It's would have been you versus an army. I think eventually the same result would have ended up happening.
They would have left the ship, started shooting at it.
The same thing happens again. It just keeps repeating until they run out of ships.
Exactly. Damn it.
You feel a disturbance in the Force, Putumayo, as your mind is suddenly drawn to Midas, and you have a brief vision of him being on the ship, being dosed with some chemical, with some drug, and you realize he has not made his escape behind you.
Damn. We gotta go back from Midas. As we're traveling through... Oh. Hello, Yale.
Hello. So we're going after Midas?
Well, it looks like Midas didn't make it. But that's what I was about to go explain to everybody in the room. Yeah, but then Yale came up, so I was like... Okay.
You saw the vision too.
Yeah. Well, Crone, Jasper, I'm glad you're with us.
Thank you for saving us. I'm happy to see that went through without a hitch.
Yeah, sort of. Midas didn't make it.
Yeah. Sure. He was right behind us.
Fortunately not. And his connection to the Force seems even weaker. Well, I guess I felt his connection die out.
You just had that
Inside
vision
that
of him
disturbance.
being knocked out.
I see. He's been incapacitated. They're keeping him alive, but probably just to hand him off to Vader.
Can't let that happen, can we?
No, we can't.
Well, you're the leader now, right? So, what do you think we need to do?
Well, when we get to Moncala, we're going to need to get a new ship. The ship won't make it much longer.
We could always just have it repaired.
Yeah, you said after this is out of character, but you said after the ship got hit, if it got hit one more time, it would have to be decommissioned.
You could tell, based on the damage that you were taking, the shields would not fully withstand another hit. So the next one that hit it would take down the shields, and the ship would take pretty much the full brunt of the hit, and it would not survive a turbo laser.
Okay, so we didn't get hit again.
Right. You rolled a
Gotcha.
high enough pilot check on your escape that you did not get another hit.
Okay. Well, just never mind all that. Yeah, we're gonna have to get this ship repaired. And we're gonna have to talk to the commander. Oh, the admiral.
No, Commander.
The commander.
I'm at.
If we pursue Midas, we should be ready. It's likely to be a trap.
Oh, I'm sure this is the best trap that they've had cooking.
So, what, are we going to spring the trap then?
Well, I think we need to find out what's going on with Midas. We need to see exactly where he's being
taken
brought.
to the Sith Assassin Temple.
Oh. Well, I guess that's where we're going.
The Emperor will be there. As will Vader. Perhaps even an Inquisitor or two if we're lucky.
If we're real lucky,
Yes.
Melis will be there too.
Glory to the Empire.
Have you been? Are you back on that spice?
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been talking a lot with the Revenite. Sometimes his words come through me now.
Oh no.
He knows he's going to try and insist with the operation.
Oh, okay.
I brought it up earlier, and Midas seemed reluctant. But Midas hasn't been making the wisest calls as of late in terms of his own safety, so I figured it would be appropriate if I went ahead with it. Anyway. And after this, I think it's appropriate.
Any help is helpful at this point. But this will definitely be a challenge on our hands. Maybe we should get some supplies. See what else we can get. Chrome, do you have any connects?
Yeah. Yes, but I don't know how lucky we'll be now to receive their aid. A lot of my connections were former Crimson Dawn members, or former Gleaming Jade members who are now Crimson. And after giving them the finger as was done, I'm not sure how many of them will be offer aid.
That's true. It will be pretty tough. We can try speaking with the toll collector, but I don't know if he wants to work with us anymore either.
It's difficult. I'm not sure if there are many bridges that we haven't burned at this point.
Oh, maybe we can just hit up Space Craigslist.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But Amao, you hear a voice enter your head. And you feel LeBear's presence. Hello, Putumayo.
Oh my goodness. LeBear, is that you?
Oh, yes. I feel things are converging.
How so?
Well, I study the Force, and I can feel your path and Midas's path beginning to finally approach Bidders and the Emperors. I feel multiple paths all heading there. I'm contacting you, say, if you continue this destination, the Force will get what it wants. And you and Midas will more than likely end up dead in your journey. This may be you approaching the final battle, Putumayo. It's not too late for you to abandon this path and choose a path where you do live.
That's true. I'll trust in the Force.
I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I figured that's how this would go. Well, I wish you both the best of luck. If there's anything you need from me right now before you go there, ask for it.
Nope. We'll be okay.
Alright. Goodbye, Putumayo.
Yeah, I'll catch you later.
Midas. You feel LeBear's mind reaching into yours. Well, you seem like you've had a rough day.
It's not exactly how I'd planned it out, but
All things as the Force wills it, right?
well, I had a choice, and I made mine.
I suppose you think that. I believe I said very early on in our travels that you and your companion's journey was destined to end at this point. A confrontation against those who you will not be able to defeat.
I'm incapacitated, and my companions come to rescue me. They're going to be fighting this fight without me.
Perhaps. I'm going to offer you final path, Midas. No matter what, your time as a Jedi is over. As you and your companions make your confrontation in this grandest of battles, I'm sure that the Emperor will try and offer you a chance to the Sith, and I'm sure that you will turn that chance down. But perhaps there's one final way that you can live beyond today, beyond tomorrow, beyond this encounter. Allow yourselves to be my test subjects. I will purge you of the Force. Only desire that the Sith, the dark side, the Force itself has with you will no longer be there. Sure, you'll most likely die in the process, but it's a chance.
Thank you for the option, LeBear.
Well, I'm guessing you're not going to take that off.
Unfortunately, no. You know, I know we've never always seen eye to eye, but I do consider you a friend one way or another. I hope all goes well with you, and I hope the best for you.
I hope you find a way to prove me wrong, Midas. I hope you show me that free will dominates the will of the Force. So I truly mean this when I say good luck to you as well.
This may be our last time to talk.
Yes. Goodbye, Midas.
Same time, yeah.
So what you doing, Putumayo?
Well, I like to go into a force trance, but I don't have any force points right now, so I don't know if that's possible.
You don't need force points to go into a force trance.
Yeah, I know that, but just the condition of having no force points.
That's like,
I feel like hurts me in some.
It's like strong bursts of the Force as opposed to regular Force use.
Of course. I'm just gonna try to meditate and try to figure out what's happening next.
Using any
As we
ability,
get
or just
back
trying to meditate?
Well, I'm gonna try to use Farseeing on Midas.
All right.
That's cool.
Looks a lot better that way than what it used to be.
I'd imagine I don't put up much of a fight. I don't know if you have to actually roll higher than something for me to...
It's versus your will defense, so versus that 28.
There it is.
All right, you succeed. You can see Midas, face flat on the ground, unconscious.
They didn't even put me back in a chair or nothing?
laid down at the floor of a cell. You can see his ship flying its path, seemingly towards coordinates, seemingly towards Coruscant.
Is he conscious?
No.
Can I speak with him through the Force?
Yeah, I'll I just did that with LeBear. Be inappropriate to say no to you.
Midas.
Hello, my friend.
Are you okay?
Well, can't see myself. But it is just you, me, and the Force now.
Well, you're headed to Coruscant.
And I expect you're doing the right thing. Taking care of everyone and making sure everyone gets safe.
Well, I mean, we only have 3 escape pods, so some of us won't be safe.
I know your instinct is to come and save me, Putumayo. I don't think that that's going to be the path of the living. Are you aware of this?
You know, I feel like we were just having this conversation.
I know.
Well, see you soon. Click.
No, wait, hey!
All right.
So any preparations that you are going to do right now, Putumayo?
Well, no, I'm just gonna try to channel my non-force. Wait, Avon has. Just like meditate on the ship until we get to Moncala. Yeah.
You arrive at Moncala.
All right, cool. Commander.
Welcome back. I trust that everything went well.
Well, mostly.
I lost my ship, didn't I?
Unfortunately.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Midas, thank you.
Midas didn't make it out with the ship.
But he did make it out.
Unfortunately not.
Oh. It was a trap.
Well, we knew it was a trap, but I guess we bit off more than we can chew. No, I'm sorry you lost your ship.
I'm sorry you lost your friend.
Thank you. If it would help, could you let us know how much the ship is worth?
The ship is one that we commandeered from a traveler. It's the reason I offered it to him, because it was one that we could stand to. Do not worry about paying back the debt.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Commander. Would you be able to help us repair our ship?
Yes.
All right. If you have your men assess the ship, then we could look at that quote. And just to be clear, we want to repair all functions of the ship.
All right, go ahead, look.
Yes, sir, I'll go right now.
Oh my god.
His name's Wormtongue now, by the way. That's his name.
Nice. Now he's definitely evil now. He named him Wormtongue.
Comes back.
The repairs will cost about 25,000 credits.
All right. I hand over the credits.
All right. Shipped. It'll be fixed as soon as possible.
Any time frame? Like a day or two, or based on the amount of damage?
About a day.
About a day. All right, thanks. So you know where to go get a drink around here?
We have the greatest Moncala bars. If you're willing to dive underwater, we also have great strip bars.
Oh.
Yes. I don't know if you've ever seen... Oh, I forgot what the other race is called. What's the non-Mon Calamari race?
Nautilin.
Not Nautilin. They live on the same world together. They're the
squid people?
The squid people.
I don't remember what they're called.
Well, whatever. It's the squid people. Warren, that's it. Sure, you've never seen life until you've seen what a Quarren can do with those tentacles.
Oh, maybe I'll put it on my to-do list.
All right.
And, walk away. Walk back to the ship.
Anything else you're going to do right now while you wait for the ship to be repaired?
Well, they don't have merchants. Well, let me ask them. Maybe they have a bar. They should have a merchant. Hopefully. Actually, Commander, are there any merchants on this planet?
Yes. Nothing that sells anything truly significant, though. If by any chance this is a question looking to gear up for a potential grave combat situation, I would recommend after the ship is repaired, have everything that you might be interested in ready for the next session. And make it stop at a place such as Coruscant, or not Coruscant, Arshada or something like that would have a big supply.
Oh, of course. You're so wise with your words, Commander.
Thank you. I'm putting in I'm running for Admiral.
Oh, you got my vote.
Running for Admiral.
Alright, yeah. No, yeah, and that's all.
Can you imagine a military where the fucking generals and admirals are fucking elected?
Jeez.
That's scary.
It's to an extent that isn't entirely non-existent here. Alright. If there's nothing else that you two are doing, we're gonna call it there.
Oh wait, I'm gonna do something. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna lay
Break
flat
out
on
your chains.
I'm gonna lay flat on the floor, face down.
Now, you could break yourself out. I just have a feat of strength.
Will myself to no longer be knocked out.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. So for the next session, I'll make a note in the Discord for everyone. Have any final items that you're looking to buy or ready, so that way I can just have them ready to go. Anything that you're curious in. Midas, obviously this doesn't apply to you. But of course, if there's anything you want to, metagame, send to someone like, hey, get this for me in case, things like I can get it. There's that. This next session may be our final session. At the very least, there will be 2 more sessions. But as far as the story goes, this next one might be the last one. It might not be. It's going to be dependent, on what you guys are doing, how things go.
It's gonna suck going to the last session with a constant condition. Yeah, we didn't have a chance to begin with, and now I have a -2 on my everything. That'd be great.
We'll see. Everything will be made clear the next time, but something that will make it a little bit easier. Level up.
Hey, there we go.
Level up while you're unconscious. Like your body just vibrates.
Level up actually wakes me up.
He did say something like that, yeah.
What if
You'll level up as well,
just abandon Midas and just leave?
That is an option. That will mean that this next session will definitely not be the last one for the main story.
It is an option.
Make a new character.
I did tell you to do that.
You did tell me to do that. You sure did.
Voxa and Ghost should both be back for the next session. Mike should be back for that. Hopefully he will be. Otherwise, he's just going to come back in the very final session, whatever it is. He's like, what the fuck happened? Where'd everyone go? But Vox, he's sick this one, so hopefully he'll be back for the next one. Hopefully he'll be better by then. If he's not better, then he's probably dead, so.
Damn.
All right, let's give a quick thanks to the patrons here. Thanks to Brian Perez, Mads Hacker, Ethan, Ramiro Posadas, Quagger, Loki, Graham, Maguchi, Zay, Asan, Kill3, and Pepper20. Even though some of you are not active patrons at the moment, I know at least 2 of you there have been sprung for a long time, so I'm leaving you up there for a little bit here still. And yeah, you want to support us for the next series or for the end of this one, be sure to check us out on Patreon. We appreciate the support. Thanks for watching us here on Twitch. Yeah, for whatever the final episode is, we'll have an announcement about what the next D&D that's going to be planning is, and whether or not we're going to do it live. Don't know whether or not we are yet. We'll find out. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.